What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King Cobra back at it with another video. Just sipping on some good old-fashioned rum haven. This stuff's the best coconut rum you're ever gonna have, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. 1 second. Conservative women are roasting the 4B movement. From Levi Nitz.
What's up, y'all? Let's get straight into it.
4B movement is a victory for us because we told them, you know what? They're all single mothers. They get the wall, they're over 30, they had children before they got married, and they got a high body count. They're doing us a favor.
I don't care how many men make videos like this, act like they don't care.
Is the man wrong?
That women don't want.
No, because I legitimately hear about women complaining about fuckboys all the time. How they're sick and tired of players. But when men have the same expectations for women, oh, you're slut-shaming. You're just mad that you get slut-shamed for doing the same thing players do. And low-key, I think it's disgusting that women are slut-shamed for sex while they're expected to give it out. But that's just my opinion. Women are overly sexualized in our society, and I fucking hate it.
Them or have their children. We're all very well aware that there is a single male loneliness epidemic going on right now. There's not a single woman loneliness.
Well, did you not ever think that it was maybe...
If there's not a single woman loneliness problem, then why the fuck are women going on TikTok bitching because they can't find a man? Go ahead, I'll wait.
Due to their own choice that they wanted to be alone?
That's what I'm saying. Like, whenever women choose to be single, it's tolerated, but when men do it, we get chastised for it.
Do you ever think about that?
Problem. The 4B movement is about decentering men, and here they are doing what they always do, and that's putting themselves in the center of somebody else's movement.
Kind of like how women in the Western society are doing this because of South Korea's fucking 4B movements. The 4B movement started in South Korea in about, I think, 2019. For women to have equality, because women in South Korea are far more oppressed than women in the United States of America, but that's just my opinion. And that women are adapting this movement because Trump's president. Wow.
Trying their hardest to co-opt any movement that women get. We say we want a soft life. Here they are talking about they're in their soft guy era. We say sprinkle, sprinkle. Now they're talking about drizzle, drizzle. Like every time we make a movement, they try to mirror us. How are you the leader when we're always following us? I guess we must be the leaders. I think that
no, women are the leaders. That's totally why Kamala Harris didn't win the nomination, right?
are becoming afraid because they're realizing a woman's power.
No one's afraid of women's power. Just calm your little self down, Missy. The women are very capable of doing anything they can, anything that they want. However, no one's afraid of you. Now, double standards are a bitch because you're not allowed to hit women, and I agree that that's fucked off, but if she can, like, beat the shit out of you, and the second you hit her back, you're the asshole who hits women. So that's kind of fucked, but, you know, gender equality is a cunt like that, I guess.
See these decreasing rates of marriage and childbirth, they're realizing that it's the women who have decided to make it that way.
And we don't give a fuck. I went 6 years without getting any pussy because my stupid YouTube trolls will do anything they can to harass me. As soon as they see me talking to a chick, they bully this poor girl until she fucking says, "Cobra, you're a sweet guy, but I can't deal with your asshole trolls." And I'm like, I get it. I was like, hey guys, Cobra got a new cell phone. Everyone blow up his phone with stupid text messages.
Oh, that's not the case at all. Men control access to relationships and women control access to sex.
That's what I'm saying. Women are the gatekeepers to sex. Men are the keymasters to the relationship. And do you think Trump gives a fuck if women decide to stop having sex because he's our next president? No, he doesn't give a shit. Like, oh my God, Stacy, what is it, Cheryl? They're out of pumpkin spice lattes at Starbucks, and it's all Trump's fault. Wham! Terrence Pop, wham!
So, ladies, if you're not getting wiped up, it's because you're not suitable.
So they've always come up with some kind of...
Let me ask women this. Do you want to fuck a man who blames women for everything, who hates on them, and refuses to acknowledge that sometimes men can be just as mean? And then defies that by saying, well, he's masculine. No, you'd fucking hate it, but that's exactly what women are doing to men. And they're calling it feminism. Modern day feminism has taught women to hate other women, hate men, blame men for everything, and play the victim. And that's called toxic femininity, and it exists for a reason. Because femcells are just a bunch of man-hating cunts. Crazy, unattractive, nasty twats. Can't understand normal thinking. And I'm so sick and tired of women and men constantly bitching about what the other side does, when the other side does it too. You know, like, you complain about what women do, but men do it too, and vice versa. And it's like, bruh. It's disgusting. Who are you to call that disgusting, Mr. Spider-Eating Mother? Yes, I did make a sandwich with pork brains, caviar, escargot, and a tarantula. And I put it on buttered toast. If you want to see Cobra make a spider sandwich and eat it, check it out. I did add music to it because I didn't like the audio I had on it, so there's that.
Tactic, some kind of manipulation, but the latest tactic is to act like it was their idea. We actually like this, right, fellas? We wink wink, yeah, we this is what we want too. No, this isn't what
men at some point will say it too, that promiscuous women are the worst. Sure, they're easy, but you don't know what kind of STIs are brewing in that vagina of theirs, and when y'all as moms, before you're even 40, you've hit the wall, and your body count, your dick stacking count, is higher than Bob Marley on cannabis. No man wants to think about how many dicks that you fucked before you fucking his. And it just depends on what you want.
But it is what you're going to get. The manipulation and scare tactics...
Actually, I think a lot of men want this. Less promiscuous women, women that maybe wait till they're in a relationship with a guy to have coitus with him, you know. I think this might be a good thing for society. I don't know, chat, let me know what you think, though. Personally, I think the 4B movement is turning feminists into conservatives, but they've done such a good job of psyoping themselves that they think it's empowering to be conservative. It's so weird to me.
Aren't working, and they never will. You're going to have to do the one thing you have been avoiding the whole time, and that is change and become a better man.
Okay, before you fucking criticize someone else, I may be a Satanist, but the Bible says, judge not lest you be judged. You're so quick to assume that all men are just trash, but if men say the same thing about women, we're sexist assholes who hate women. So, like, explain that double standard to me. You can't. And it's like, you gotta better yourself, dude. You cannot expect everyone else to be better because you hate men. Oh my God.
You ever want to be with any one of these women. No one is settling for you anymore.
And men are not putting up with women's bullshit. Your angry feminazi femcel ways hold no power over us. Women screaming how they're gonna stop having sex with men. Okay. There's a reason why Chatterbait exists. This just in, pocket pussy sales are going through the roof.
Anybody settling for a woman like this?
Happy birthday, Marty. Oh, no, you don't. Let me get this. Ah, thanks. You're too kind. I've heard that.
Unlimited 2% cash back. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card.
Need prescription eyewear fast? iBuyDirect ships hundreds of frames with 2-day delivery. iBuyDirect.com.
I don't know, just let me know.
Alright, girlies, here's the history.
Oh, here's this next chick talking her fucking cock holster off. A deep dive into the 4B movement. This chick in the pink jacket is so fucking annoying. So I'm going to resist the urge to like pause the video and go on a 10-minute rant about what she has to say. Just let her talk. So if you are a woman and you're sick and tired of women getting a bad name because of these man-hating cunts, and if you're a man and you're sick and tired of women hating men because dating sucks ass, well, I'm here to tell you, grab your alcohol and drink up, fellas and ladies and gentlemen, because dating does suck. And dating would suck a lot less if there was not so much pressure to go out, date, and have sex. Dating would suck a lot less if women were not overly sexualized in our society, expected to give out sex, and then slut-shamed as soon as they do it, versus men we're expected to get it, and as soon as we try to get it, we get called a simp. If we're not trying to get it, we get called an incel and a faggot, and it's only celebrated when we conquer it. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Women up in here like, the 4B movement, we're not going to start a family, we're not going to fuck you, we're not going to date you, we're not going to get married. Oh, geez, what are we going to do, fellas? Women don't want to baby trap us and trap us in divorce court. Oh my goodness, they don't want to spread their nasty STIs. You know what kills me about women is they'll bitch about the minimum wage gap being sexist. And I'm like, to a degree, the minimum wage gap is sexist, but men are expected to pay for everything. And in the likelihood of a divorce court proceeding, who do you think's paying child support payments? Not the woman she gave birth. That's why men make more money. Because we're expected to do everything. And then when we ask, hey, could you value our opinions? It seems like we're supposed to validate yours, regardless if we get anything out of it. No, check your male privilege, shut the fuck up and do everything. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And then it's like, why can't you be more emotional? Why can't you express yourself? Because the second I try to fucking say anything or defend myself, I'm just mansplaining. Women get so pissed off when you accuse them of nagging, but when you, that's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, men hate when that shit happens. You walk onto a bus and it's like, hey, quit manspreading. Manspreading? Excuse me, toots, my eyes are up here. Though if you want to see my balls, can I take you out for some coffee? Maybe a couple of drinks? Can I interest you in a stiff cock? Tail? See what I did there?
4B movement. Before we incorporate it into American culture, we gotta understand its South Korean roots. So 4B is a radical feminist movement that originated in South
Anything that has the word radical in it, don't trust it.
Korea, and it stands for the 4 no's. No sex with men, no dating men, no marriage with men, and no childbirth. But as in South Korea is racially and ethnically pretty similar, the major divide line is gender, and men have a way more rights. Like, South Korean women earn 69% of what South Korean men earn. The worst use of 69. They face widespread workplace discrimination, and intimate partner violence in relationships is so common. Now, a quick history lesson of South Korea and the world. Around 2010, South Korea was recovering from financial collapse around the world, and that meant the job market was extremely competitive. At the same time, South Korean women's college enrollment surpassed men. Women used to drop out of college to be mothers and homemaker, but now they were competing with men for jobs in an already competitive market. So men did what they do best. Cry about it. In online...
So, like, if men cry about it, they're pussies, but if women cry about it, it's because they're oppressed. Do you, like, understand that right, sweetheart? If men cry about it, it's because we're pussies and we need to man up. But if women cry about it on social media, it's because they're oppressed. Did I get that right?
South Korean men began calling women kimchi women, which is a term for college-educated women who are self-obsessed. Around 2014 and 20...
I don't know about y'all, but I really do dig me.
But that's the thing of it. If women are self-obsessed, you can't call them out on it because you're slut-shaming and you can't handle a strong woman. But when men are self-obsessed, oh my God, you're a narcissist and all men are assholes.
Good kimchi.
2015, a misogynistic community called Ilbay starts to grow online. Then, in 2016, a man murders a woman.
So if anything a man does that's empowering is called misogyny, can we start calling all these, like, 4B movement and all these women movements misandry?
Misandry is basically the female form of misogyny. You just learned a new word. Brought to you in part by King Cobra JFS. I don't need to smoke a cigarette while I drink my rum because this stuff is low-key fucking giving me a fucking headache. But all it takes for gender relations to improve is for women and men to come together and hashtag #MeToo realize that women and men struggle with the same things. Being told by a society that our bodies aren't perfect enough, that certain parts of our body aren't big enough. Like for women, they're being told their boobs aren't big enough. And for men, we're being told our dicks aren't big enough. And it's like... Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with having fucking smaller tits or a smaller dick. You just gotta find the one woman that doesn't give a shit or the one man that doesn't give a shit. Not all women like huge fucking 14-inch ragers. Not all men want like gigongous fucking anime titties. I prefer double D tits that are nice and round myself, but that's just me personally. However, I'm not complaining because if they're big enough to play with, I'm happy.
Does it because women never paid attention to it. Now, women flock to online forums for community, and it's around then that a movement called Escape the Corset also begins to get steam online. This movement encouraged Korean women to escape beauty standards and cosmetic surgery expectations. It was one of the ones that inspired 4B.
No, because men don't totally have to face beauty standards that are unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to the theater to watch, like, The Rock or what have you, go into a fucking action-packed movie to sit down. And then halfway through the fucking, you know what I'm saying, movie, there's an explosion. The dude's shirt's ripped off. He's fucking cut like a fine line of coke. And he's fucking shredded. And low-key, it makes you feel like a fucking unattractive piece of shit. And then it doesn't help when the four sluts sitting in front of you are like, oh my God, Stacey, Cheryl, did you see his muscles? Ah. But then if you find Kim Kardashian attractive, I'm reminded of that rant that Wendy Testerberger did when Butters had a picture of Kim Kardashian in his locker. And she's just going off on her fucking feminist rant against Butters. And it's like, men deal with that crap all the fucking time. Women are allowed to be picky, men are not. And it's kind of bullshit. And then they complain because men are picky. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
We see 4B really taking off in 2016 when the government releases a birth map showing women of reproductive age and where they're the most concentrated. Obviously, the girlies are pissed at being seen as nothing more than baby-making machines. It was...
Yeah, that is fucked off. I'll give her that. If all you see women as is sex objects and family starters, you're a piece of shit.
They decided that the surest way of avoiding pregnancy was to avoid men altogether. No sex, no dating, no marriage, no childbirth. In 2022...
No, it's called birth control, sweetheart. You don't gotta cut yourself off from getting some good dick just because you hate men and you expect men to do everything. And then when we run society, you call us sexist pigs. It's like, pick a lane.
5% of Korean women said that they didn't want kids, compared to 48% of men. Currently, the birth rate of South Korea is 0.78, the lowest in the world. And while that's not because of 4B, it's actually because of multiple factors. Cost of living, highly competitive and toxic work culture, and the fact that men are just like... horrible.
Oh, the fact that men are just plain horrible? Really? Someone's had some shitty fucking experiences with men. Holy shit.
Scams are a huge issue.
Men are just plain horrible. While she holds her iPhone that a man coordinated to make, the lavalier mic she's using, all the clothes, the makeup, literally a man had to organize to probably get all of this, or ready to be purchased on the free market here, and here she is going, dude, you can't make this stuff up.
Issue in the country with many female restaurants containing them. Revenge porn is a big problem there. Like just this past September, there was that huge...
A woman's gonna lecture me about revenge porn. That's hilarious. You and my ex-girlfriend would be the bestest of friends.
Scandal where men would take pictures of random women on the street and then post them on Telegram, and people would create deep fakes of them. Porn deep fakes. The girlies 4B activists want you to know that the movement isn't about punishing men. It's about centering your own life and figuring out what you're capable of on your own. For 4B, Korean men and the society that benefits them are beyond repair, so they're not trying to change their mind. Now, 4B does have a few drawbacks. Not exactly.
Men are just starting to realize that we don't need sex to be happy in life, and men are the prize. And that's how that works.
Inclusive of all women. Some sects report transphobia and requirements of submitting an ID for proof. Excluding trans women is crazy to me, because you're trying to tell me that the most important part of being a woman is her genitals? That sounds like something a man would say.
It's not the most important part. This whole argument that trans people try to make, in no disrespect to LGBTQIAA+, but they scream that gender is not defined by genitalia, yet they mutilate their genitalia to make themselves look more like the gender they're most comfortable with. And you cannot use words like breastfeeding, that's gender inclusive, yet expecting everyone to tolerate your gender pronouns? How is that not gender inclusive? Because you're using your gender pronouns. I don't understand how that works. It's only offensive when it conveniently offends them. And it's like, well, honey, biology doesn't give a shit about your fucking pronouns.
Gender pay gap is massive, so not having some cost offset by a man, it's rough.
And no, I agree with what she's saying to a point, like, having boobs doesn't make you a woman. So I get where they're trying to make this argument, but you cannot dismiss gender when it conveniently offends you or doesn't fit your narrative. That's not how life works.
And the 4B have multiple jobs, live at home with parents, or in some cases live in cheap and unsafe areas. The community is strong and they're driven to help each other. 4B has financial advisors within it, teaching women how to get rich by themselves. And they're confident.
I'm actually not surprised that she thinks this way. Usually the bull nose ring, the crazy colored eyeshadow, it all checks out. I know the dating scene sucks, but so does getting hurt in an accident. Have you ever found yourself involved in a personal injury case?
About this fake for...
You can visit www. www.forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below, where you can start your free claim today.
This Giving Tuesday, make a life-saving impact. Donate to Doctors Without Borders today.
I don't know what's so funny about this fake 4B outrage from the men. Is that anytime a woman expresses
this outrage, I'm not getting mad about it. I'm actually laughing about the whole 4B movement. These women who are like, we're so sick and tired of men hijacking our movements. Well, they hijacked the 4B movement because they're pissed off that Trump's president. That's called hypocrisy, ladies. I want to play a video for you of one of my favorite comedians on YouTube. Bill Barr, how do you argue with women? Stand-up comedy. Let's watch the video.
Never address how women argue, which I think is the core of a lot of that shit. You know, and I gotta tell you something, man. Like, I never knew how women argued, but after 20 years of losing every significant battle in a relationship, I finally figured out how they argued. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm starting to turn this franchise around. I have begun a winning tradition. This is how they argue, as far as I can tell. All right? If they're right, they argue the point. And they stay on point and make sure you stay on point until you're down on your knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. All right? No problem with that. Totally respect it. But here's the thing. If they're wrong, they go rogue. They go off-road. They start thinking of shit you're sensitive about. Maybe you don't get along with your dad. And in their head, they just start concocting this evil statement. Totally designed, this desperate Hail Mary attempt to make you so fucking mad, you just call him a cunt.
Jessica Boyle. Excuse me.
That's what it is.
He's absolutely right. You wanna know how I'm winning the argument in the breakup fight against Jessica Boyle? Because she's gonna say all this fucked up dumb shit to get me so fucking mad that I lose my shit on camera and it makes me look like the bigger asshole. So she can justify her dumb shit. He's absolutely right, Bill Burr.
Cunt trumps all the bullshit they did to start the argument. Now it's not about that one. That's no reason to call me a cunt. And then that's it. You're in this room now.
And like, no one's gonna believe Jessica's bullshit because of how fucking insane she is, but I digress. Fellas, I don't care how big her titties are, don't stick your dick in crazy.
My girl knows my big thing is, my big fear in life is to be that dude who grows old, you know, grows old alone, has like that basement apartment, just screaming up at the younger couple, turn it down! Music, music! So I noticed that anytime she was losing a fight, out of nowhere, she'd just be like, well, that's why you're just gonna grow old and be alone. Then I'd lose my shit.
That's when you look at your girlfriend and go, you want me to grow old and die alone because your sister's prettier. Your mother was right. She is the favorite. That's when you just throw her insecurities right back in her fucking face. You don't get mad. You don't smack her around because that's what they want. When women are arguing with men and they're losing the arguments, they want you to get so fucking mad, you smack them around or call them a cunt. And now whatever they did is overshadowed by what you did. Now you're the piece of shit for overreacting. And I'm telling you right now, fellas, don't buy into it.
Next thing you know, I'm in the kitchen washing dishes for the 9th fucking time in a row. This is what the argument was about. I was so right. What happened? So
if you learn anything from this, find you a woman that's easy on the eyes and easy to get along with, and like totally gets you. You know?
For my ignorance tonight. Just know this. Next time you're in a battle with your beautiful...
And that's the thing of it. Jessica Boyle is going to say or do anything she can to get me to fucking overreact on camera. Talking about my ex-crushes, bringing up Puff, making up rumors about me that the trolls want to hear, and she's fucking stupid. The second Jessica Boyle lets go of me and says, you know what? I had a good thing with Josh and I fucked it up. I need to move on. The trolls will fucking turn on her. She thinks that my YouTube trolls are her friends. They're only doing this crap because that's just another way for them to bully me. It's through my ex-girlfriend. And my trolls are equally as obsessed with me as Jessica is. Sometimes worse, and it's not healthy, dude. Oh, hey guys, what? Cobra got a new phone. Yeah? Let's fucking bombard his shit with burner text messages, calling him a fag, calling him this, calling him that, just talking all this mad shit. And it's like, Jesus Christ. My YouTube trolls' obsession with me is more unhealthy than me and Jessica's drinking combined. And speaking of drinking, one second.
Your wife, girlfriend, whatever. And they start, I don't know.
So here's how it is. I don't get mad at my YouTube trolls when they text me. I don't get mad when Jessica starts her shit. I just stay calm and throw it back in their face. And it makes them so mad that they gotta come up with crazier shit to fuck with me on. And the whole time they're like, They don't even realize it, that I'm trolling them harder than they're trolling me, dude.
Okay, you're winning, and they just start saying that crazy shit out of nowhere. Just know in that moment you've won the fight, okay? All right, don't get mad. Bob and weave, slip all of that shit. Maybe because you got a little dick, just let that slide. Stay in the pocket of the argument. Okay, it's over. The argument is over. You've won. Just take a knee and run out the clock. All right? Yes. Lean on the ropes. Let them punch themselves out. And then in the end, you throw their psychology right back at them. Well, maybe we should discuss it later when you calm down.
And when you say that, she'll get pissed off and say, you know, the worst. Oh, you don't want to discuss this because you're not a real man. And just ignore it. When women insult your masculinity or shit that you're sensitive about or try to fuck with you, you're already winning. You know? That's why for the most part I just choose to ignore Jessica Boyle. Let her fucking talk her crazy bullshit. No one's buying it. Everyone's on my fucking side. They only watch her crap to laugh at her. Jessica Boyle thinks she has fans. She doesn't have fans, baby doll. We all watch her crap just to laugh at her. I saw her new fucking Queen Nell channel, Nasty and Loose. And I blocked it from my channel. I'm like, I'm not going to watch her crap. I might watch it if the Drunken Peasants covers it, just to laugh along with Ben and friends, but... No, it's fucking sad. Jessica Boyle fucking low-key treats her parents like absolute shit. She's so ungrateful and so fucking delusional and psychotic that for a minute you feel kind of sorry for her, but then you realize what a horrible person she is, and you're like, nah, she's a cunt. I said it. And Jessica's going to say anything she can to get me so worked up and so mad that I say some fucked off shit right back that makes me look like the bigger asshole so she can justify her shit. And it's like, don't buy into it. That's exactly how women argue. And she won't fucking let go of me. It's fucking sad. Jessica Boyle's never going to be fucking over me. You know, when I bought Jessica Boyle that fire opal ring, I didn't just buy it for her on the spot and be like, here you go, huh? I showed her a picture of it and she went nuts over it. Bought it for her because at the time we were dating, that's what guys are supposed to do for their girlfriends. You buy them pretty things. You buy them pretty things because you want to make them feel pretty. And she showed me the ring on FaceTime. She put it on her finger, and she just starts crying happy tears. I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, what's wrong? You don't like it? And she goes, oh, no, I love it. You're the first person to buy me jewelry in a relationship. And I'm like, gee, I can't imagine why. It's like, oh, look at that. Cobra's got good taste in jewelry.
And they won't hook up with you for a couple of days. Who cares? Who cares? You rub one out. Rub one out like a man. It's a champagne of victory.
You said it, Bill Burr. Cheers.
That's what I've learned.
I fucking love Bill Burr. He makes me laugh.
I only learned to, like, keep my cool in my relationship.
And pissing off men when they're told by society you're not tough enough, and you're not a real man, so they gotta constantly prove that they're a real man, they're tough enough, blah, blah, blah. And it's like when society does that crap, if you're so secure with your masculinity and who you are as a man, just fucking ignore these assholes. Oh, Cobra's getting drunk off of Rum Haven coconut water. Nice girly drink, faggot. And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm a female ass grabber grabbing on titties. I love smoking cigarettes, so what's your deal? That's what I'm saying about the 4B movement. Who cares if women don't want to fuck you? You're the prize, they aren't. So you jack off to some hot chick on Chatterbait, and then you go about your day like, yeah, that felt nice. You get a little bit of post-nut clarity, and you're like, fuck sickos. Fuck the trolls. That chick on Chatterbait was pretty smoking hot. I'm going to give her a follow. And turn my phone off. I need to find a way to like fix my iPhone case. It's kind of cracked in certain places, but I love my iPhone case. It's got a King Cobra on it. Fucking sick.
Her terrible experiences with a man, then it's all.
What this chick doesn't realize is that if women have the shittiest luck with men, they're allowed to bitch about it. But if men experience the same thing with women, they can't say shit. It's like, well, stop dating fucking sluts and get over it, dude.
You should have picked better. So now we're not picking at all, and you motherfuckers got a problem with it.
I don't got a problem with it, lady. If you want to abstain from dating, you have at it, Haas. Girl power. I'll drink to that. Women's lib. I like how fucking women are allowed to be just as picky as men, if not pickier. And when you call them out on it, you're slut-shaming. And like, you don't even have to say the word slut for them to be like, well, you're just a slut-shaming, female-hating, sexist asshole. And it's like, whoa! You suck my cock with that mouth, honey? Who lit the fuse on your tampon?
Personally, I don't have a problem. Gents, do you have a problem?
No, I don't got a problem with it. If women don't want to fucking hook up with me, it ain't my fault. You ain't hot enough to ride this cock anyway, sweetheart. Get in line with the rest of my fangirls. My method for picking up women is just to be myself and have that King Cobra confidence that I have on my YouTube channel. What you see is what you get. I rock tactical soap, and then I don't try anything. And you know what that does? Because tactical soap makes women horny. That's why I like wearing it. And it's all natural. Great for the stocking stuffers this holiday season. You're looking to spice up your marriage. Maybe you got a male buddy who's struggling on the dating scene. So like work on yourself. Develop a personality. And wear some tactical soap next time you're at the bar or at the club. And then you ask some chick, can I buy you a drink? You want to dance? Go club and ooh. And then you don't even tell her what the fuck you're wearing. And then, you know, out of nowhere, she'll probably be like, whatever cologne you're wearing, you smell really good. I've had women that were way the fuck out of my league comment, that dude smells good. And I don't need sex to fucking know that tactical soap works. When you got women that are 10 times out of your league going, that dude smells good. That's a confidence booster, and that's fucking way more badass than getting some ass. You know what I'm saying, fellas? So man up, get some tactical soap. Christmas is right around the corner. Buy some for your dad, your granddad, your uncle, your brother, what have you. And see if it don't work some wonders in their life. If you want to check out tactical soap, there's a link for it in the description box below. Coupon code don't work. King Cobra don't work no more, but I'm still going to rock the soap. Tactical soap is all natural, chemical free, and infused with pheromones that are designed to drive her crazy on you. Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. See if it don't spice up your love life. See if it don't drive her wild. I love tactical soap. It's the bee's knees. It works. All these other fucking soaps are ladled with harsh chemicals and lower your testosterone. And I'm like, fellas, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Tactical soap, no chemicals, doesn't lower your testosterone. And you feel like a man when you get out of the shower. You know what I'm saying?
No problems here.
And don't let us talk about our deadbeat ass baby daddies.
You want to talk about dead ass what? The problem with our society is that if men get women pregnant and both women and men are scared shitless because they don't know what they're going to do, you're bringing a life Kids are more precious than rock and roll, and you're bringing a life into this miserable, fucked off world, and you want to do everything you can to protect them and keep them safe. If women are scared shitless, they have plenty of options. If men are scared shitless, we're told to, well, you got her pregnant, stud, man up or shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
You should have kept your fucking legs closed. But now we choosing not to fuck y'all at all. Y'all still got a problem with that?
No, I don't. If women don't want to fuck men, that's your choice, ladies. Have at it. Your body, your right. That's why I support abortion and why abortion should be legal. It shouldn't be up to the goddamn states to decide what a woman can or cannot do with her fucking body. All these Republicans who are so quick to defend their right to own an AR-15 while arguing that abortion murders children, y'all is fucking stupid, hypocritical, dude.
It's always, y'all bitches asking for too much. Y'all some gold diggers. Y'all want us for our money.
It's like, what are we supposed to do, fellas? Women don't want to get married or fuck us anymore or baby trap us. I think we're going to be okay, fellas. Having her mother go, or her fucking female friends go, that ring's not big enough for her on the diamond. Do you really care about her? You don't love her. It's like, you just mad as hell because she's getting all the attention and you're not.
Are we not asking y'all for a fucking thing? Absolutely nothing. Just leave us the fuck alone.
Okay, you heard this woman right here, these 4B fucking cunts. Just leave her the fuck alone. I'm like, okay. I say the same thing about my ex-crushes. Just leave them the fuck alone. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck if they want to date me. I don't give a fuck if they watch my videos. Just leave them the fuck alone. How would it feel if you were in Cobra shoes? That's all I'm saying on that. 1 second.
And y'all got a problem with that?
No, my fine, fairer sexed lady friend. I do not have a fucking problem with it. If women don't want to fuck me, that's fine. I've gone 6 years without getting pussy because my YouTube trolls scare off every chick that I try to talk to. They'll be like, Josh, you're a sweet guy, but I can't handle your fucking YouTube trolls. And I'm like, that's fair. Sorry it didn't work out, so I wish you nothing but the best.
Then when women start talking about how they want a ring, they want to get married, then it's a ring shouldn't, determine how much I love you. And a marriage is just a piece of paper. We don't have...
No, it shouldn't determine any of that crap. But I don't want to get married or start a family until I build my clock tower dream house. At which point I would know that if I have enough money to build my clock tower Victorian Second Empire Gothic mansion, the big-ass clock tower in the fucking middle of it, then I know I'm going to have enough money to take care of my baby mama and my kid. That's just what I'm saying. And, like, I kind of get a smile at that, because it's like I can imagine my kid going to school and being like, so what does your daddy do for a living? And my kid being like, well, my daddy's an internet rock star who fucking makes wands. Magic wands. And we live in a giant house with a huge clock tower on it. Well, that sounds interesting.
So now, that bitch is get no more. Y'all got a problem with that?
No, we don't. There is way too much pressure for women to get married and for men to propose. We don't got a problem with it. Speaking as your average everyday dude, it ain't no skin off my shoes. You don't want to have sex, you don't want to get married, that's fine. In my personal opinion, there's way too much pressure on people to do it and get married to begin with. Sounds like the one who's got a problem with it is you because you're not getting the reaction you want.
Women get blamed for being the single mothers who actually stay with the kids while the men go out and create 7 more single-parent homes.
And that's fair, I'll give her that. If you're a single mom, hook up with a single dad, see if it just don't work out. If you two get along, and then you and your kids get along with their kids, you can have yourself a little step family, and it'll just be peachy peachy keen, hunky-dory, you know.
And now y'all mad because we don't want to have no more kids at all.
I mean, I agree with that take. I think it was Cam Newton. He had a thing with this lady, an interview. Loki, free, sit, wait, free, go to your place. She was
oh my goodness, dude, your dog is so cute.
Him talking about how he has like
the puppy dog. I love animals more than I love humans, to be honest, but that's neither here nor there.
Her 7 baby moms, and basically how he's contributing.
Is that a shepherd dog?
The degeneracy because he's creating broken homes. So the more men go out there and
like if men are sick and tired of having to pay child support, they're sick and tired of baby mama drama, wrap your fucking tool, you fucking tool.
Procreate with women that they don't want to be in a monogamous relationship with. And
it's not fair for you to expect women to be on birth control all the time. You need to man the fuck up and take some fucking personal responsibilities and put a condom on.
For children, they are creating broken homes. So it's on the men too. But ladies, you got to realize that when you're going through the act of coitus with a man, you have a lot more to risk than he does, right? You have the risk of getting pregnant and being pregnant for 9 months. So, it makes sense. Men don't have that. Men are like, cool, you're pregnant, whatever, it doesn't bother me. I can get 10 women pregnant in a week. It doesn't matter. In a day, even. If you can get that many out, Lord have mercy. But you get the gist. And it's just funny to me that women want to bash men so hard, but at the same time, it's like, but you cracked your legs for this guy. Apparently, if he ain't worth nothing.
He said it. You want to bash men so hard, but you cracked your legs for him. Women are allowed to bash men, and, men are not allowed to fucking retort with a response without being attacked. Why are you being so mean to me? Oh my God, you're a sexist and you hate women. It's like, no, I'm sick and tired of getting blamed for everything because of my gender. And I think women can understand that argument, ladies. You feel me on this?
Why are you cracking your legs for him? Why are you giving him the highest honor on earth, which would be a child? So it's like, ladies, you got to realize that this is a risky game for you. This is a very, very risky game for you. And if you want to have a man's kids, you got to realize that if he's not up to snuff and you can't see him being a potential partner in the future, you probably shouldn't even, go down that path with him and have sex. And I think that's maybe what the 4B movement is intrinsically doing, where they don't even realize it.
I am never the first on a trend or a sign-up sheet, but I must be the first Southern woman that y'all jump. I have to be. Baby, I'm salivating. This sounds like more fun than...
Oh, she's angry. You got a Southern woman pissed off. Look out!
TJ Maxx, Ulta, Target, and Starbucks while being kid-free on a Sunday with a clean house.
It's a great feeling to be kid-free and not have to worry about paying child support or buying stuff to keep your kid alive. It's a great feeling. And I don't even want to start a family until I build my clock tower dream house, because at that point I'd be so fucking rich that it wouldn't matter, but I digress.
We have to tame blue-collar men.
Southern women have to tame blue-collar men. Okay, you know what, lady? Let me just... You can't tame men. You're not bad enough to tame me, first of all. Second of all, we're not animals, damn it. We're just human beings. Just like women, men have wants, needs, and desires. And realistically, and I speak for all men when I say this, men are not that hard to please. Men are not that hard to please. Every once in a while, you don't gotta do it all the time, but every once in a while, give us a good blowjob like you're fucking sucking dick for the first time and you want to make him come so hard he dumps his whole load, his whole entire ball sack into your fucking mouth. And then make us a sandwich and hand us a beer. And then just walk away. Watch what happens. Don't do it all the time, but like every once in a while. And fellas, you want your woman to make you a sandwich after sex? What the fuck are you gonna do for her, dude?
Here, That ain't for the faint of heart. I know you know nothing about that life, honey. But blue-collar men, we gotta be tough. We work on farms. We pack heat. We live in the mountains.
Oh yeah, Southern girls are where it's at. You find yourself a woman that loves to fish and hunt? Oh yeah, man.
We live in cold conditions, and we don't put up with it.
You find yourself a Southern girl who knows how to fish and hunt, could smoke cigarettes and drink beer, and fucking kick it with the boys? Oh, look out. A lot of men who want that.
Because other Southern women would not allow us to not put up with it. Honey, if another Southern woman steps to me, I gotta handle it. You're light work. You were an easy breezy, beautiful cover girl on a Sunday. But after I finish mollywopping you, I will...
She's losing her shit and it's hilarious.
Fix you a casserole, say bless your heart, and give you a loaf of bread.
Bro, Southern women for the win, bro. I'm in Texas, and if you ain't had you a Southern woman yet, I highly suggest it, bro. The best. Southern women are the best, man.
That depends. I had me a Southern woman at one point, and she was a complete psycho. Fuck Jessica Boyle, she's a fucking manipulative cunt.
She said mollywopping you, make you a casserole on a Sunday. She was cooking, brother. She was cooking.
4B movement this, 4B movement that. I have a very sneaky suspicion, just from everyone that I know in real life that talks about the 4B movement. The people that are being the loudest about being very anti getting together with men, a lot of you guys are still in situationships and are actively hooking up with men in a non...
And she's not wrong. All these women who are screaming the loudest about the 4B movement have not had dick in several months to a year to several years, or you're in shitty relationships with men who don't treat you right. And the second that Jessica Boyle realizes I tried to be decent to her and she pushed me away because she's so used to being treated like shit by men because she's mentally deranged, it's gonna hit her harder than a ton of bricks. And it will make her cry, dude.
Way. Guess where men suck the most? In which cities they suck the most? Cities like New York. I don't know a single person who's having a good time dating in New York right now because men get all the benefits of being in a relationship with a woman.
No, we don't. Men get all the benefits of being in a relationship with a woman. Name one benefit other than sex. And sex is overrated. It's not a benefit, you know, because men can masturbate. We don't need women to do that for us. We can just do it ourselves. It's not really a benefit unless you're with a good woman who will treat you right and not be a complete psycho cunt. And the second I broke up with Jessica Boyle, my phone blew up with fangirls hitting me up, going, "Oh, Josh, I'll date you. I'll treat you so much better than she did." And I'm like, Jesus, I appreciate the support, but calm the fuck down. I had one woman hit me up, "So do I have any competition? You want to date me or what?" And then telling me I have to work for it. I'm like, you reached out and texted me. Worried about, do I got to worry about, like, your female fans, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't even know you, dude.
For free from multiple women all the time. They're energy harvesting off of women all the time.
Hey, shout out to her. Holding the ladies accountable. Ladies, you don't want these men to trample on you. Stop giving them every honor that a girlfriend or even a wife would get.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if women are sick and tired of men treating them like shit, stop rewarding their fucking bad behavior with pussy. And then complaining because you can't find a decent man in your life and that all men are assholes. Adoy. It's just like when your dog fucking craps all over your fucking carpet and you reward them with a dog treat and then complain because your dog won't stop crapping on the floor. And I'm like, ladies, you're smarter than this. Come on now.
You know what I mean? Like, stop. And then another thing, stop dating on the potential of somebody. If somebody wants to be with you, they want to be in a relationship with you, more than likely they'll say that. At least as a guy, at least I did.
We're simple with our communications. We don't play bullshit games. We don't make you guess. Women are the ones that want you to fucking guess and play fucking head games. And like, men ain't got time for that. Men are simple. We don't want our hearts played with. Fuck sickos and fuck the trolls.
Either, hey, let's just be friends, let's just keep hanging out, which means I'm putting you in the buck fuddy category, or I was like, you know what, I see you as a serious partner, but I don't know if most men are like that. I'm 34 years old now, so I'm been out of the dating market for almost a decade.
No, good for you, man. I'll be 34 next year.
Because you guys are like, oh, I don't want the responsibilities of being with a man, and men suck, and blah, blah, blah. But you guys get lonely. You want the validation. Time out. I say this.
She's absolutely correct. You want to sit there and crap on men, but you still want the validation of being someone's boo thing, so that's just how it is. Like, why did Casper the Friendly Ghost join a dating website? So he could be someone's boo thing. What did the leper say to the prostitute after they got done fucking? Keep the tip. In a lesbian relationship, who cooks the food? No one. They both eat out. What's a lesbian's favorite soup? Clam chowder.
Because I needed to hear this years ago. Because let's be intellectually honest about this movement. People are enacting it because philosophically it works, but really, what's the emotional reason? And men are butthurt, and we're saying we're going to take away our feelings and decenter our feelings and our happiness from men. But what do you do when...
Men are not butthurt about this movement. You'd be surprised. Once men come across my channel, they're like, Cobra's right. I don't need sex to be happy. And if I have an urge to fuck or see some titties, I can go on Chowderbait and masturbate to the hottest fucking chick I see on there. And then people want to call me shallow, what have you, when women are equally as shallow as men. And it's only called out when men do it. That's the biggest problem with the dating scene. Is all the crap women complain about men doing, you do it too. And it's only called out when men do it. And then you want to sit here and complain because you're so sick of men, but you expect us to do everything and not show any emotion or have any fucking rights. And it's like, well, men are sick of it. And we're like, we don't need it in our life.
You were hurt. You pull back emotionally first, and then you pull back physically. So the way that women are expressing their nihilism in these cities is by continuing to sleep with people, but not being emotionally involved with them. And that is the...
And you can't do that. Like, the problem with sex is that when you fuck somebody, you will develop emotional attachment. That's why sickos are so disgusting, in my personal opinion. So all these women who are like, we're just going to sleep around and do whatever we want because we're so sexually liberated and empowered. At one point, you're going to catch feelings for a dude that you're fucking because he's just the right fit for your cunt and what have you. And when he's thinking the same way you're thinking, that, no, this is just a booty call, I don't want no relationship, all of a sudden you're going to cry when he leaves. If people would learn to, like, be like, you know what, promiscuous culture can fuck off. I'm not being a prude. That's just how I feel about it. Women are so quick to be like, oh, I hate players. I hate fuckboys. But when y'all do the same thing that men do and you get slut-shamed for it, you lose your shit. So it's like, you know what, this goes for both women and men when it comes to dating. Practice what you preach, you fucking hypocrites.
Opposite order in which things should be done. So, friendly reminder to anyone that is currently going through the disillusionment process of dating, but still giving men physical access to them because that feels more emotionally safe. It's not. It's...
Shout out to her, man. We need more women like this.
She's not wrong. I agree with what she's saying.
Shout out to this woman, bro. We need more base chicks out there. Because the thing is, ladies will listen to ladies, but they won't listen to the men. But even then, when ladies are spitting this base stuff...
And that's what I'm saying, like, women are more likely to listen to other women, and when other older women have had nothing but the shittiest experiences with men, they will spread their man hate to other women, and women buy into it. And then fucking, like, coincidentally, they can't find a good man because no man's gonna put up with it. No woman's gonna put up with the fucking female hate. And no man's gonna put up with the man hate kind of thing. And like, you're so fucking bitter because you hit the wall. You're a crazy cat lady in boxed wine in Catland, as Terrence Popp famously said. And you're just mad as fucking hell because you can't find a good man to be with. And it's like, instead of looking for a man who has no experience and fucking treats women with respect, you know, you can teach him a thing or two and rock his world. But instead of being like that and being like, oh, that man will worship the ground you walk on because he gave you a chance. Nope, it's blame all men because men are trash. Let me know how that works out for you in 4 years.
Like, a lot of chicks still don't even want to hear it, bro. It's funny to me.
The most wild thing to me about the 4B movement is the outpouring of women who are realizing how much of a good idea it is, and the outpouring of men who are like...
And here's a fucking soy boy with his nose ring and his fucking hair all tousled up like, oh, look at me. I'm so sensitive. I care about your needs. And it's like, dude, no one's buying the soy boy act. Like, I'll respect people if they respect me. If they go out of their way to just respect me, I'll throw it back in their face. I don't go out of my way to be a jerk to people. And I'm a prime candidate for this kind of thing, YouTube. I suffer from abandonment issues because of my birth mom, Laura. And I've been rejected by every chick I've liked since the 4th grade. And some of them were not the nicest about letting me down. And back then I didn't realize double standards. But now that I'm a little bit more mature and I've learned a thing or two and I've grown up. If I could go back in time to my junior high self, I would be like, bro, don't pick your nose in front of chicks. And like, don't fucking give a shit if they date you or not. And have some confidence in yourself, you handsome bastard. And keep playing guitar. We all have the awakening moment when it's like, if I could go back to my younger self and just be like, dude. Low-key, I'd be like, you know what? If I could go back to my junior high self, I'm like, you're going to be a badass motherfucker on YouTube who smokes a pipe and has a double-barrel shotgun. And you're a YouTube celebrity. Like, just don't overthink what you're doing.
They can do that? I know it's a fairly recent thing, man, but yeah, women can get their own homes.
No shit, Sherlock. This idea that men are so stupid we can't comprehend the fact that women are people too. Oh my God. Did you know about this, YouTube? I am shocked. He said sarcastically. And it's like, yes, women are people too. And how the fuck are you going to call them the fairer sex when some of the crap that women go through is completely unfair? And then again, some of the crap that men have to deal with is also unfair. But nobody wants to talk about it when us men struggle or like when us men experience emotions in life. Women are allowed to cry and minge on about their fucking feelings. Men are told to just bottle it up. Bottle up your emotions, fellas. He said sarcastically while sipping on the rum. 1 second.
Their own lives and do basically everything that they want to without centering men around their lives. And it's very
And that's the thing of it. It's like women and men should be allowed to do things and live their life without centering their life around sex and dating and the opposite gender. Without it being an attack because That's the thing of it, is men do not worship the ground women walk on. We're assholes who hate women, and as soon as we do that, we're simps. So it's, you know what, that's just how I feel as a man. You might choose to disagree with me, and you know what, it's the internet. Do what you want to do. Like what I did earlier when I made a fucking sandwich featuring pork brains, caviar, escargot, and an edible tarantula. And disclaimer, do not eat bugs that you see in the wild. That is low-key gross and super dangerous. If you're going to eat bugs like I did for my sandwich earlier, trust the companies who have these things called edible bugs. It's a thing, look it up.
To think that this is a threat to you. You would think that some of you would see this as a step towards getting rid of the patriarchy and removing some...
The patriarchy, oh, the patriarchy. I'm so sick and tired of women minging on about the patriarchy when it's like, you are the ones, along with society, you expect men to run everything, do everything, and pay for everything, and then complain because it's sexist, because men make more money and do everything. You can't expect us to do everything and then complain because it's sexist. Like, the mental disconnect that these 304s have, it is fucking sad, dude.
The stress in your life around being a traditional man, even though some of you may still...
This guy gets it to a point, the stress of being a traditional man. It's like, you know what, if you're a good person and you're not afraid to be yourself, then fuck what anyone else has to say about it. And that goes for both genders.
Want to be.
I definitely want to be. And I don't know where this nose ring guy's going, but he kind of had me in the first half. Let's see where he heads, though.
With the 4B movement, women don't need to center men around their lives because women don't need men to survive anymore.
Ooh, you lost me on that one.
How about new? Stop the cap.
Let's do a quick little Google search. Who dominates STEM? Let's see here. All right. Okay, well, this is actually pretty alarming. The share of women and underrepresented minorities in the STEM workforce. Let's see here. Men-dominated STEM occupants in 2021, 65% of STEM workers are men.
And there's a reason why men dominate the workforce, because men are going to, like, traditionally take on more dangerous jobs. You know, Bill Burr said it best. How many single moms do you see on ice road truckers? You know?
Only 35% are women.
And, like, women sit there and say, we want to be treated just like men. No, the fuck you don't, because you know how men get treated? How is it rape when all men want is sex? And the second a woman hits you, you can't hit her back in self-defense, otherwise you're a piece of shit who hates women. And if women got treated like that, you would fucking lose your shit. You would lose your shit. Women don't want to be treated just like men. They want all the privilege that men have while still being coddled like women. Don't lie to me on this crap. And I say give it to them so they shut the fuck up about it. And even then, they're still not going to be happy.
Here's the thing. If science, technology, engineering, and math, that's pretty much all the people that keep the lights on, the water running, the clothes created, the infrastructure of roadways going, the lights flickering on the, you know, everything. STEM is what makes it happen. You're telling me that if men stopped doing that, that the ladies would be fine? Stop it, bro. Stop the cap. It would not. There's no way. No way.
What the biggest argument about this whole thing is women are totally allowed to hate men, but men are not allowed to hate women. And it's like, why can't we all just get along? That's why I preach power to the people on my channel. Smoke some weed, fuck the nukes, fuck war.
Shape or form that if men stepped out of these roles, that the world would be able to operate. It's just not happening. Because the thing is, 65% of the men are taking care of 100% of the men and 100% of the women. So it's like, come on, bro, stop it. Stop it.
It was a fairly recent thing that women could start voting and having big...
I don't know about that.
A fairly recent thing. Women gained the right to vote in 1919 when Model Ts were putt-putting around our society. Like, this guy is fucking retarded.
When When could women vote? A fairly recent thing? When did that happen? When was the
Google has the answers. Do your research.
19th Amendment passed? June 4th, 1919.
If you think Black Friday is actually on Black Friday anymore, you're living in 2019. You wouldn't believe how many customers are jumping on deals weeks before the actual day. And honestly, we didn't see it coming. Our support team just told me we're running dangerously low on some of our most popular knives, and Black Friday...
Yeah, looks like some... I go to budk.com to buy knives. Like if I do any Christmas shopping and I want to buy people I care about a knife or a sword or what have you, I go to budk.com because they got a pretty sweet selection. Not a sponsor.
Stupid.
So August 26th of 1920 was signed into effect that women now have the right to vote. And this fucking soy boy cuck loser is going on YouTube like it's been a more recent thing. And I'm like, dude, it's been 104 years since women have had the right to vote. It definitely wasn't recent. Like, he's trying so hard to be like, oh, but I care about women. And it's like, everyone can see past your bullshit, dude. I care about, like, equality. And I'm not afraid to, like, preach double standards and gender-based bullshit and be like, this is how I feel about it. I don't know how women feel about it, but this is how I feel about it. All I can do is speak for how I feel about it as a man. And if women happen to agree with me and go, you know what, Cobra's got a fucking good point. I'm sick and tired of being treated like shit because of my gender.
A fairly recent thing? You mean in the past 100 years? I guess August 26, 1920. So it's been 104 years? That's fairly recent? What?
Bank accounts. And in some men's minds, it's only going to get worse from here. So with women not needing...
Any man who fucking thinks it's going to get worse from here because these 4B fucking woke asshole cunts are like swearing off sex, you are way too pussy whipped, my dude. You need to man up and not let women control your life like that. That's exactly what these fucking crazy man-haters want. They want you to be on your knees begging for forgiveness and begging for pussy just so they can call you a simp and throw it in your face. And then complain because they can't find a decent guy in their life. It's so fucking two-faced.
Rely on men anymore for housing and having actual money. Men might have to...
And that's the thing of it, is women shouldn't have to rely on men for anything other than to provide a family and protect. Because that's what men are supposed to do. We're supposed to provide and protect. The two P's that men should be able to do is provide and protect. It doesn't make you less of a man if you can't do that. Sometimes shit happens. But generally speaking, you know what I'm saying?
Start doing insane things in order to attract women, like having a personality. I just think that feeling threatened during a movement where women
Having a movement where women decenter men for their lives, we've heard it a million times, women screaming about how they don't need a man in their life. And then when they've had enough time to cool off and defuse, then they'll go on fucking TikTok or social media and whine because they can't find a decent man in their life. It's so fucking fake. You see the patterns, you call out the bullshit, and you don't give a fuck what anyone has to say about it.
God, so dumb. Stupid. Well, here's the thing. Men have to understand women to sleep with them, but women don't have to understand men to sleep with them.
He's absolutely right. Men have to understand women in order to fuck them, but like women don't have to understand men because men are simple. Men are not entirely super decisive about their decisions. Men are simple. Men are easy to please. And women overthink this shit all the fucking time. Men are not that hard to please. Women are a lot harder to please than men, and that's a fact.
Like, for women, it's so much easier. What are you talking about? Men have to have personalities from the jump to even get a chick in the first place. Like, are you kidding me?
This guy gets it, thank you. Like, women, on the other hand, do not have to have a personality to get laid. All they gotta do is show up and say yes. You got some woman who's like, oh my god, I have nothing to wear. They got a closet full of clothes, and they're pissed off because their bra and panties are dirty, and it's not going to match their outfit if they use a different one or a different pair. And it's like, men don't give a shit about crap like that. You could literally show up in like jeans and a t-shirt and tennis shoes and your hair in a ponytail. And like, if the man thinks you're attractive, he'll buy you a drink. Women, you overthink crap when it comes to seducing men. So like, don't overthink it. A lot of my fangirls are trying to get dudes. And like a lot of women, they've been programmed to think you have to look and act a certain way to attract men. And while that might attract certain men, it doesn't attract all of us. Like, if I see a woman who's like low-key not my type and super unattractive, but she has confidence, like she's the hottest bitch to walk into that room, I'm gonna respect her for it, because women and men dig confidence, man.
I think men have it that easy, and I'll be honest. That
it depends on the standard, the double standard. Like, women and men both have it difficult.
I don't think a lot of girls are just lining up to go bang this dude. He seems like very liberal, soy boy, the nose ring, the hair. Like, girls want guys that are masculine. At least the last time I checked. The last time I checked...
And that's what pisses me off about women, is you expect men to be masculine, and as soon as we are, it's labeled as toxic. But you have to realize, don't let it piss you off. Because women are being told you're not feminine enough. And then as soon as they try to be more feminine, they're slut-shamed for it. It's no different than these men who are being told you're not masculine enough. And then as soon as you try to be more masculine, you're called a toxic male. I'm like, fuck this shit, dude.
Boys weren't getting all the play, but maybe I'm wrong. Chat, just let me know. But maybe I'm wrong. But the last time I checked, like, girls aren't going after, like, the Twinkie boy.
His dog is so fucking adorable.
They're going after the dudes who are tall, dark, and handsome, and manly.
Now that the dust has settled, there's a couple of things that I want to say. Y'all think I'm ready to go full 4B. I'm ready to go full 4B movement.
Oh, man. I mean...
here we go. She's got the nose ring, so she's already halfway there. Halfway there. Whoa! Living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Whoa! The 4B movement. Four.
Shocker, because, you know, I see the bull nose ring and I already think that, but let's get into it.
Actually, black men, y'all did well. We got about 80% or so. It's always going to be some knuckleheads.
And the thing that sucks about dating is you don't know what that person's like. They might present themselves as a decent person, but then after a couple of fucking months, they show their true colors. And by that time, you've already had sex with them, and you have this emotional connection to them. And people use that emotional connection to keep you in toxic relationships. And this goes for both women and men. You have to learn to discern yourself from that and be like, you know what? I do not need a toxic relationship to get me a piece of ass. You know what I'm saying? That I am better than that.
That think they're white and got a white woman, or, you know, whatever. Y'all, the black men did pretty good. I'm not specifically mad at black men.
You know, all these women who are complaining about men who are in total support of the 4B movement are low-key in shitty relationships with men, or they haven't had good dick in a long time and they're sexually frustrated. And it's like, well, come talk to me when your gender is expected to get you to give out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been saying. Women are expected to give out sex. Men are expected to get it. If women give it out, they're slut-shamed. If they don't give it out, they're cock teases. If men get it, we're celebrated. If we try to get it or just decide to just do our thing, we get insulted for it, and it's such bullshit. And it's like, yeah, Cobra, welcome to being a man. Here's your certificate of authenticity.
It's just men in general treating women like, why are our rights always up for grabs? It's
what
not
rights?
What rights? Exactly. Like, you live in, okay, if you live in a Western society and it's 2024, women low-key sometimes have more rights than men. You're allowed to bitch about your oppression on social media, and we're all forced to listen. Like, if men bitch about their fucking oppression or their struggles, we get told, shut up. They silence the victim when it comes to men. Sometimes women go through that, and it sucks. Like, when I made a video talking about, okay, you know what? Jessica Boyle revenge porned me and I'm pressing charges. That video got flagged on YouTube for sexual content, when there was no sexual content to be had. And it's like, if I was treating Jessica Boyle the way she was treating me, and she broke up with me because of my YouTube trolls, I'd be the biggest fucking asshole on the planet. So it's like, who's really oppressed here? And to quote my rock album, Love and Vanity, women and men both experience oppression and at the hands of someone else doing it. And it's all either gender-based or like race-based, and I'm so sick of it.
I'm so confused. Reproductive rights?
free country if every 4 years I got to fight for my life. Like,
there is an attack on women's reproductive rights. The fact that they're like, we're going to let the states decide. And I'm like, fuck that. The state you live in doesn't get to decide what a woman can and can't do with her fucking body.
For your life in an apartment with full of earrings, probably you have a job. Like, what? How are you fighting for your life?
Insist on making women second-class citizens. We don't have to give you our body. If we got to fight for our
No, you don't, girl. You don't got to give us your body. If you don't want to have sex with us, man, that's just fine. You keep doing your thing, girl. Women's lib. Preach your story, girl.
Rights, we don't have to give you children. We don't have to reproduce with you. We're going to do like they doing over.
I think it's okay. Be in a relationship first before you reproduce.
We're in Korea. Korea got a
no shit
missing class of children because they stopped mating with the men.
Honestly, she has really nice teeth.
And they stopped giving birth because their rights were not being protected and because the men were not doing their fair share. And I'm ready to go full 4B. Women, if you haven't heard of it, look up the 4B movement. I think that the only way that women are going to get respect and change the narrative and break out of this misogynistic patriarchal nightmare is to withhold our body.
And let me ask you this. If you're not giving men sex, they will find women who are willing to give it out. So you withholding your body and being like, well, we're not going to fuck you men because you're all a bunch of fucking pigs. It doesn't work like that for men. If men tried pulling the same crap like, oh, well, all you women are just cunts, and we're not going to give you dick so you can baby trap us and then divorce court trap us, we would be attacked for hating women and not being strong enough to handle a real woman. So who the fuck is she to talk? Real talk. I'm not trying to be a dick with this video, YouTube. This video 25 minutes 46 seconds long, and we 19 minutes and 21 seconds into the vid.
And start demanding more. We cannot be picky.
I think that's a good thing. That makes you more.
The fact that women cannot be pick-me's, we cannot be picky chasing men, she says. Okay, fuck that. As long as you're not a dick about it, who gives a fuck? If you're a woman and you're a man, it doesn't matter. You have standards. You should be allowed to have standards. It's your body, it's your time, it's your money. Like, this idea that women can't have standards because they're just as picky as men, or that men can't have standards because they're all pigs. I'm like, fuck that. As long as you're not going out of your way to bully that person because you have dating standards, who gives a shit? As long as you ain't a fucking sicko, who gives a fuck?
Conservative.
How do they not see this?
And like even the comments, been celibate for 2 years. I'm the movement now. I've been with the 4B and 4Me for many years now. I've been 4B for 2 years and knew what was in.
Like, I went without getting pussy for 6 years because my fucking trolls would bully any chick I talked to. And then immediately society attacked me for it because I'm not a real man getting laid. This idea that a man's masculinity is measured by how much pussy he can get his dick inside of is so disgusting, and it's so degrading to women and men, and I'm sick of it, YouTube.
It's the most peace I've ever had. That's great. That's fantastic. Don't give men your bodies unless you're ready to, like, be in a relationship with them. I think it's a good thing.
I agree.
We cannot be chasing after men. We cannot be using our emotions and making it.
Well, that's the thing of it. It's like men are sick and tired of women using their emotions to manipulate the situation into their favor. And when men do the same thing, it's like women are fucking low-key complaining about what pieces of shit men are and how manipulative they are when y'all do the same goddamn thing. It's like treat others the way you want to be treated. Regardless of any of it, you know, it's just that fucking simple. How is this a hard concept to grasp? So, like, I'm low-key sitting here slamming a bottle of Rum Haven coconut water.
Excuses for men's poor treatment of us. We cannot be protecting DL men, especially in the church. We cannot be protecting predators. We have to...
Wait.
We shouldn't be protecting predators. Fuck sickos.
So you're telling me you were protecting these men all along? Down low men, predators, guys that were abusive. You were protecting these men? It sounds like the 4B movement is helping you guys out then. If that's the case, if you were protecting these men? I don't know, man.
Stand up for us and us only, because that's what they're doing. And we are standing by our men, supporting them, supporting the church in their misogyny, and making us feel like second class.
Let me just enlighten you on a fact. Organized religion sucks. Believe in yourself. Organized religion sucks the biggest bag of dead mongoose dicks. Believe in yourself. The biggest problem with organized religion is that they're doing it all wrong, you know? Cobra Cult is an organized religion, but I'm doing it right. I encourage people to believe in themselves. I don't expect people to worship the ground I walk on. But that's how it plays out, because it's like, Cobra, I love your videos, and that's cool too, you know?
And going along with it, like we agree with it, like we really think the abortion is the issue, when really the issue is women's sexual freedom. You don't want women to feel sexually free. You want men to...
She's not wrong. I mean, society kind of slut-shames women for wanting to be sexually liberated while celebrating sexual liberation of men, and it's disgusting. But at the same time, when women are the gatekeepers to sex... You know what I'm saying? Like, if women are the gatekeepers to sex and you control when the man gets laid, it doesn't make it right that women are getting slut-shamed for it, but at the same time, it's like, take responsibility for your own shitty actions. And that goes for women and men both.
Sexually free, and women to be punished and carry the burden and shame of unwanted...
I don't know where they're talking about men being sexually free. I think it's bad for both sides to be promiscuous. Chat, let me know what you think.
This guy gets it. This is why I like the video. It's wrong for both sides to be sexually promiscuous. I hear a bunch of women getting slut-shamed for being sexually promiscuous while giving us men shit for being fuckboys and players. And I'm like, y'all are a bunch of nasty-ass hoe, hypocrite, and sluts. And you're just mad because women get shamed for it and men don't. And I'm here for you on that because I think that's bullshit. If, like, women get shamed for it, then men should get shamed for it, too. That's how gender equality works. The way I see it.
pregnancy or STDs or so on and so forth. And guess what? Well, then y'all just be celibate. How about that? How about y'all just how Grindr crashed at the RNC?
Oh, here's the thought. How about you worry about your own genitals and quit worrying about mine? I'm getting sick and tired of women telling me what to do with my body and then complaining because everyone else does the same thing to them. Sorry, that was the alcohol talking. Dial the asshole down just a little bit.
Because y'all was DL, y'all go ahead and keep doing that. And then we'll just keep our stuff to ourselves.
Homophobia. Homophobia is crazy. Gonna look here.
Yeah, because if you fucking like reject a woman, you're either a fag or you're not strong enough to handle a real woman. And it's like men cannot pull that crap. If a woman rejects them and their advances, what are you, a lesbian? You can't handle a real man. Like, we would get slapped in the face for this crap. The delusion with these 4B bitches is surreal, dude.
The homophobia is crazy. The first thing they do is just bash men for being gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with it as long as the person you're with is alive, of age, consenting, and non-related and human. Who gives a shit?
Okay, cool, whatever.
Or we'll just share it with each other.
Like, I don't judge my friends for being... I have several friends and family members that I know of that are gay or bi or what have you, and I don't judge them for it. And yet, I get so much crap for being Campbell's friend. The second I make a video with him, and Campbell is apologizing to me on camera for hitting on me and not respecting my boundaries, everyone has to give me shit about it. And it's like, I don't let it get to me, and it shows you I'm a bigger person than my fucking asshole trolls and my ex-girlfriend combined, but that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it.
And we'll just go our separate ways, how about that? But as for women continuing to participate in the misogyny, even, especially in our churches, like, I just have...
What happened to you at church?
That's what I'm saying. Misandry is totally tolerated. When women hate men, it's tolerated. You can't handle a sexually liberated woman, and all men are pigs. But when men do the same thing right back to you because they're sick and tired of the same things that you're sick and tired of. Like, I'm beating a dead horse at this point, dude. This is so exhausting.
She keeps mentioning church.
Zero patience for it anymore.
So stop going to church and believe in yourself.
I'm not going. Men, they act like women are so emotional. The crash outs that I see are men. Men are crashing out. If you tell them no, when you try to act like you don't want to give them your number or that you are not interested.
Just because women can't handle breakups and men can't handle rejection. Suck it up, buttercup.
You become all kind of bitches, whores, fat, black, ugly, all kind of things. Like, the men are the ones that's crashing out.
Oh, a black woman is going off. Oh, no, you didn't. I'm cool with black people, but come on, man. I don't give a fuck what your race is. I want to call it out like I see it. If you don't like it, you don't want to watch. Like, Cobra, you're so based and controversial, I can't stand it. And I'm just like, dude, it's not that fucking hard of a concept. You're sick and tired of how dating sucks? Well, then it's the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated and stop putting pressure on people to have sex. I went fucking 6 years without it, and I stuck to my guns and waited patiently, and I finally got me some, and the bitch ended up being a psycho fucking cunt. I'm like, well, that happens. I'm not gonna fucking hate women because I got issues with my mother, Laura, or because every chick's rejected me since the 4th grade, or because fucking Jessica Boyle's an insufferable fucking cunt. I refuse to fucking hate women because of that crap. Thank you.
And I think we need a good old timeout from each other.
She ain't lying. I'm like, you know what? As men and women just need a timeout from each other and just to, like, figure our shit out and be like, you know what? I don't need this drama in my life.
In a marriage is horrible. Get out of it. Get out of it.
Well, it's always the single women telling women to get out of it.
he ain't wrong. It's always the single women telling other women to get out of their relationship because they ain't got no one to fuck them and provide for them, but that's kind of beside the point. At the same time, if you in a toxic relationship, I don't care if you're married or just dating, get out of it. You know, when I was dating Jessica Boyle, after not getting pussy for 6 years, I was thinking with my dick, I thought, who gives a fuck how toxic she is? I'm getting pussy and my fans are paying for it. This is fucking low-key rock star shit. Fuck all the haters. But then after a minute, I'm like, you know what? My YouTube fans don't want to see me unhappy and she's not worth the headache. So, I agree with this woman. If you're in a toxic relationship, just get out of it. It's what I've been preaching on my channel is I don't care if you're fucking dating someone or fucking them or whatever. If you're in a relationship where they only value you for what you provide, then get out of it. Ladies, if you're with a man that's only with you because you give him pussy, then he's not worth your time. And fellas, if you're only with a woman because she likes what you provide, the money, the fame, etc., it's not worth it. And being mature enough to be like, you know what? The sex isn't worth the headache I have to put up with. And that's a hard fucking reality to face. Especially when society puts so much pressure on women and men to do it. And it's disgusting.
If you have trouble getting out of it and can't live on your own, get you 1 or 2 best friends and y'all make a little female compound with you.
Sister wives, yeah.
Your children and y'all help each other and take care of each other. There is ways. We do not have to.
She's not wrong. If you're in a toxic relationship and you have a hard time getting out of it, get yourself some friends who are on the same base as you are, who have experienced similar shit. Because the thing about people is that we're stronger in numbers. One person cannot change the world, but when you got a group of people who are thinking on the same level, it can make a difference. That's why I preach power to the people and fuck sickos.
Continue to subject ourselves to abuse, to being second class, to misogyny, to all of these things, and then can't.
Here she is bitching and moaning and minging on about da. And like women and men, it depends on the double standard. Because women and men, it evens out to a point. And in my personal opinion, it's disgusting that women and men get treated a certain way based off of their gender, their sexual orientation, and like the double standard. Like I said, treat others the way you want to be treated. As long as you're a decent person, who gives a fuck? And fuck sickos. It's not that hard to grasp the concept.
And get adequate health care, because
adequate health care, if I was fucking president, and I'd legalize all drugs and I'd give our country universal health care, and I'd legalize prostitution for 21 and up. Regulate it, control it, and all of that good shit. And watch everything change. But that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it.
This is what we voting for. This is what men want. And white women, y'all did not.
I like how a woman is just going to assume what all men want, but then bitch because men assume what women want. Like, the hypocrisy is so thick with the 4B movement. It is low-key disgusting.
Look, Latino men, I don't got nothing for you, Jose. If they come and get your abuela, good. I don't know what to tell you. If y'all want to be white and they want to deport your grandma, I'm letting her have it. I'm not.
So, like a black person that's racist, holy shit, that's a shocker. It's only racist when white people do it. Check your privilege. Fuck you. That if racism is wrong when white people do it, it should be wrong when everyone does it. But that's just my opinion.
I'm not marching with no
Most
bad.
people really be believing everything that they see on the media, bro.
A gift for somebody this year? Check this out. Stick it in there and start pumping.
This is why I always say, like, you can watch the news, you can watch CNN, you can watch Fox, but make sure you go and get on Reddit. Make sure you go and get on Twitter.
Fuck Reddit.
Scroll Facebook. Look at IG. Talk to your friends. Like, don't get all of your information from one place. But the thing is, from what I've found out,
he's right to a point. If you get all of your fucking news media source from one particular person or persons, it's all going to be based in a political agenda. And I'm sick and tired of everything being based in political agenda, but that's just my opinion.
It's just a straight big brain rot doom scroll. You just scroll down and it like feeds on your insecurities, because we know as humans we pay more attention to negative things than we do positive things. That's why the news is all just negative, negative, negative. Like, I was over at a family member's house the other day. They have the news on and it's just negative thing after negative thing after, and I'm like, no wonder everybody's afraid and there's tons of fear mongering. I'm just like, can y'all turn that down? It's just like, a little kid was kidnapped. There was a murder here, a car crash here. People are dying. People are getting deported. I'm like, God, can you just, like, how do you watch that for 8 hours a day and not feel bad? Like,
this guy gets it.
Gonna feel bad when all you're listening to is negative things. Go out there and read a self-help book. Go listen to some good music. Go look for the beauty in things. Once you start looking for positive things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm all about negativity, and I'm a very negative person. And I embrace negativity because positivity cannot exist without negativity. There's sort of like a yin-yang effect. You can't appreciate the beauty in life without acknowledging that some fucked up shit happens. And it's what makes life so shitty and like, blah. I'm almost done with this video response. Holy shit. 24 minutes and 8 seconds in out of the 25-46 minute mark. And like, most people don't want to see Cobra go off on a gender-based rant or like some political bullshit. They want to see me do gross-ass food hacks. That's why I made the fucking sandwich that I made earlier, where I stacked it with pork brains, caviar, escargot, and a tarantula, and people are watching me eat that like, oh my God, what's wrong with you, Cobra? I'm like, because it's so gross and so radical and so extreme, it gets me views. And I'm like, you know what, if you found it entertaining to watch Cobra eat a spider sandwich, then you know what I'm saying? Then I'm doing my job as a YouTuber. It's like, okay, it gets you excited. Like, low-key, that was fucking the grossest thing I've ever seen, but I can't look away. What's his next food hack? And that's the idea, you know.
You're going to get positive results. Tony Robbins talks about this on a Theo Vaughn podcast where he's like...
And like, that's the thing of it. You can't be like overly positive because that's how the world fucks with you. Because eventually you'll break. You have to learn to take the good with the bad.
I want you to look around in the room and point out, think about everything that's brown. Gives him like 20 seconds. And he's like, all right, tell me the things that were brown. He's like, names them off. He's like, all right, now tell me everything that's red. He had no idea what he was talking about. It's because what you focus on is what you see. There's a quote I made up. I'm trying to remember.
He's not wrong. What you focus on is what you see. If you're constantly being fed all this negative crap, you're going to fucking focus on it because that's what you're being fed.
But it was like, what the mind thinks, the eye sees. I used to have a painting back here, and people used to say it was like, it looked like a certain thing. I won't mention it here, but this looks like this looks like this. And I was like, well, what the mind thinks, the eyes see. So if that's what you're thinking, that's what you're going to see. It's just like when you look up in the clouds and you're like, oh, I'm looking for faces, and then you see a face, and you're like, oh my God, there's a face in the cloud. Like, you were looking for it, dude. What do you mean you saw that? It's what you're looking for. Same thing with these women. They're looking for the negativity, so they're going to find it. If you look for the...
That's exactly what I'm saying. These fucking 4B feminists. These extremist 4B anti-men. These fucking femcells. That's what they are. They're female incels. We're going to call them femcells. Misandry fucking supporting femcells. They choose to look for all the negative crap and constantly blame men for everything while refusing to take any responsibility for themselves. You sound just like my ex-girlfriend Jessica Boyle, who constantly blames me, won't shut the fuck up about me, and then talks about me nonstop on her streams, and then blames men for everything while refusing to take any responsibility for her own shitty actions. This is the consequence of modern-day feminism.
Like Cass and I, we're in a beautiful marriage. I love her. Love her to pieces. We're so happy together. But we look for the happy things. We don't look for the negative things. There's enough stuff that's going on that's hard in this world. Go focus on the positive things. More than likely you'll get positive stuff out of it. But Loki, did you have a good time today? I know today's episode was a little longer, but I appreciate you guys. This 4B movement is nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. There's so much content out there. This, like I said, this might be a 10-part series. Who knows? But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go cop the ebook, the 2 ebooks, The 4 Pillars of Personality and The 4 Steps to Style. They make you irresistible to women and respected by men. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.
You want to be irresistible to women? Fight for female equality regardless of what it gets you. You want to be, like, supported by men? Fucking stand up for men's rights despite the fact you might get called a sexist even though women are constantly demanding that you support their rights. And just keep doing your thing. I'm gonna smoke the rest of this cigarette and fucking drink the rest of this rum in my glass and keep kicking ass and just leave you with it.